Carol Vorderman shared a heartfelt tribute to one of the last surviving female World War II pilots yesterday, who passed away on Tuesday aged 101. Mary Ellis delivered Spitfires and bombers to the front line during the Second World War. The 57-year-old, who qualified for a private pilot's license back in 2014, paid her respects to the Air Transport Auxiliary, ATA, member on Twitter, in view of her 378,000 followers. In the tribute, the former Countdown star explained she had recently spent time with Mary, while at the world premiere for Spitfire in London earlier this month on July 9. Carol penned, "Mary Ellis was still making us laugh with full fire in her soul just a few weeks at the premiere of the Spitfire doco in which she starred. Mary Ellis, a fun-filled, courageous, determined woman." Carol Vorderman. She was wearing the uniform she wore in WW2 that night. The star went on to remember the late pilot, writing, "Mary Ellis, a fun-filled, courageous, determined woman." Carol subsequently retweeted a number of tributes to the late pilot. Blue Skies Mamex. One touching post, shared by Air Chief Marshal Sir Stephen Hillier, read, "Another terrible loss." Mary Ellis, pioneering female aviator, Air Transport Auxiliary veteran, and inspiration to generations. The Chief of the Air Staff for the Royal Air Force continued, "I'll always remember her proudly reminding us at RAF 100 events that she was older than the RAF itself." R.I.P. Mary. Mrs. Ellis, who was born Mary Wilkins, said she had flown about 1,000 airplanes during World War II before she later moved to the Isle of Wight in order to become the manager of Sandown Airport. The pilot previously explained she had had an interest in airplanes from a young age, and had received flying lessons as a teenager. Her experience and flying license meant that after the war began, she was a suitable candidate for the ATA, which allowed qualified women to join as pilots in 1940. Last week, Carol took a trip down memory lane, as she opened up about her own childhood, before quipping she had been troublesome. Speaking during her new Sunday morning show for BBC Radio Wales, she said, "You might think, what's that bird who used to do countdown and does numbers and things, doing on Radio Wales? What's she got to do with Wales?" The mother of two went on to clarify that she had a very strong connection with the country, due to having grown up there. "I am Welsh," she revealed. "So my mum, Jean Davis, was a Welsh speaker and grew up in Preston and I grew up in Wales." As she recalled her younger days, Carol then explained that her parents had parted ways shortly after she was born, prompting her to joke that she could have had something to do with their decision. "Now I must have been a troublesome child, because 2 weeks after I was born they separated," she said lightheartedly. Sunday Morning with Carol Vorderman continues this weekend at 9:30 am on BBC Radio Wales.